Good afternoon, brothers and sisters, my beloved citizens around the globe. You are welcome to the Social Critic Court. Topic for analysis for today is leave the rat race. I repeat again, lift the rat race. Rat race, R-A-T-R-A-C. Rat is a particular rodent who live in holes. When it is being attacked by a prey, it runs as quickly as possible from danger. No sooner than later, the danger resurfaces again. What is rat race as a human being? Presently, you are in a country where you are refusing poor salaries, and at the end of the day, simply because the money is nothing to write home about, you use this meager salary to defray recurrent liabilities in your home. Then no sooner than later, when this money vanishes, you are back to your old problem. Now, before I delve deep into this topic, let's look at this scenario. You are always in a rat race simply because you have acquired a formal education which doesn't allow you to use your knowledge at the chest. You don't have any technological skills to apply to your everyday life situation. You are trained for the office. Then two, you always look up to the government for increment in salary. Three, you are doing a work currently. This work that you are doing, your progress at the workplace is subjected to a rigid system where you have to pass series of promotion tests before you can be raised from one level to the other. With that, when you even pass, putting you on a scale is very difficult. Thirdly, the accommodation system which you belong to presently is provided to you by yourself through renting. When you fall sick, the health care that you receive comes from your meager salary, excluding food. When you even have extended family, they will depend on you from this meager salary. Then the fourth point is that your inflows are very few. Your sources of finance are very limited. As such, you always complain about meager salary. And the worst of all is that you are taxed from this meager salary, which you cannot either avoid or evade. Let's go back to the first point. The education system that you currently find yourself in, or you have acquired, the knowledge that you have acquired is limited. It's being cooked by some group of people. It doesn't allow you to bring out your own innovations. So the only thing that you do is that you embark on series of strikes, demonstration, boycott, here and there. Hey, my brothers and sisters, please, no matter what you do, your employer will never give you living wage. Even if they promise to give you, the monies will be paid to you in sixes and in tranches, and every tranche attracts a tax. The secret I want to reveal to you now is that look at your cash flow quadrant. If you look at the XY plane, you have 4 sides: the north, the south, the east, and west. The northeastern part and the southeastern part is about your outflows. Then the northwestern side at the top and the southwestern side are also for your outflows. One common outflow is the source of income that you receive from your employer at the end of the month. Then the southwestern part is your own source of income. So if you add the two, that's the revenue at hand. Then the first two, the northeast and the southeast, they are of two types. One attracts liabilities, another one doesn't attract any. That's the southeastern part. The southeastern part is whereby you use the money for your upkeep at home, and the northeastern part is the money that you give to people. The northeastern side coincides with the northwestern side. The type of money that you give outside, some are in the form of light bill, water bill, taxes, thereabout. So if you add your outflows, then you subtract from your inflow, then your inflow is low as compared to the outflow, then it means you are in the rat race. If you are in a country and you are working as a worker, either private or public, your accommodation system is poor, your transportation system is poor, your healthcare system is poor, there's food that you even eat, prices are they are skyrocketed. The price of the goods and services are highly high, skyrocketed. Then my advice to you is that please create a business empire for yourself. Don't waste your time embarking on demonstration strikes, boycott thereabout. In order for you to be independent economically, please, my advice to you is that things about investment. The money that you receive at the end of the month, turn them into what? Assets. You can go in for a loan from a bank, then you invest in a business. Why am I saying so? If you are receiving a meager salary and you think that you can put an unlimited pressure on your employer to increase your salary, my friend, or your wages, it's something which is out of the blues. Why? The trick is that any government or any employer, whether private or public, who does that will find it very difficult to pay your pension. And what is pension? The pension that you people are receiving at the end of the month, when they go into retirement, comes from the meager salary that they used to collect when they were in the paid jobs. So you have to watch out. Now that you have yourself, you are wallowing a quagmire of poverty, though you are receiving salary at the end of the month. My candid advice to you is that as a human being, if you are born into this world, there's 5 things that you're supposed to know. 1, do away with poverty. 2, never work for someone. No matter how you do, you will always be poor. 3, create business empire for yourself so that your next generation will not pass through the same difficulty that you have passed through. 4, you have to be financially independent so that any unforeseen contingents which warrants the payment of money, it comes with unlimited liability, debts. You can deflate those debts. And the last thing that I want to tell you, as my brother and sister, is that pray that you may not fall sick in order for you to achieve the target set for yourself. The next thing I want to tell you before I bring this video to a close is that we have 3 sectors in every country's economy. We have the primary, we have the secondary, and we have the tertiary or the direct service, or we have the extractive industry, manufacturing, or the tertiary service. One thing that you have to take notice of is that if you are in a country and you find out that the manufacturing sector, the extractive industry are being controlled by foreigners, or they are controlled by some particular group of people, the government doesn't have total control over these sectors, please be rest assured that always your salary will be poor, because the trade sectors revolves around. Every country derives foreign exchange from the manufacturing or either the extractive industry. And those workers who are working in these two sectors were trained by the tertiary service. So if the tertiary service is very weak, where we have the teachers, the architects, and the rest, we have the surveyors, geographers, and the scientists, and so forth. And the tertiary service is very weak. The country may not be in the position to train qualified people to occupy the first two sectors. So if I live in a country where your salary is meager, please think twice. If you are living in such a country, you realize that no matter what will come around, there will not be adverts. No advert will appear on the country's television or the FM to inform the citizen that jobs are available in this sector, jobs are available in that sector. Those sectors, workers' recruitment are not announced. It's a trick. So all that the leaders will be doing is that they always tell the citizens that inflation is high. Who told you? He said it's in fact, it's one of their tricks. The leaders will be playing dilly-dally affair with the citizens, pretending that they are trying to solve problems. It's a lie. So please advise yourself. The more you embark on demonstration, strike, and the rest, the more that you create enmity between you and your employer. And the front men will be targeted by the so-called employers. So please, the secret is that turn your revenue into what? Investment, into assets. Asset plus the money at hand is your net worth. So make sure that you have a net worth to withstand the economic vagaries in your country. Thank you very much.